I might even just spec Mafu, even though I don't have to first-person spec anybody. I just want to see what this Winston does to start off. Does he go straight for the Genji? Does he go straight for the healers? Does he go straight for Diva since the lightning actually goes through? You know, defensive matrix. Here he does actually just leap in and drop the bubble. Now he's looking for Genji. Immediately goes on Shadowburn. They had the Discord orb on him, and Winston nailed him so fast. Now he's on the Zenyatta. Makes sense. Zenyatta goes down. Actually, no, Zenyatta did not go down. Mafu, Hymzi down on one side. Forsaken is the only one down on Weunited. So Zombs is just going to stand on the point and start to claim it, but he's not standing on it now. Killing Trumps, capturing the point. There they go. Finally capping that point and getting
I wonder how
start.
this is gonna work, Joshy, because let's say Mafu's sole job is to get rid of Shadowburn, right?
Yeah.
That leaves them with a single tank in Fragi versus the double tank on the other team. I wonder if Weunited are going to be able to use that to their advantage in such a way that if they capture the point, they just keep it that much longer because they've got the hit points there.
Well, I'm going to watch Hymzi and see if Weunited dedicates someone to his Genji, because he is, you know, equally dangerous. Even though he hasn't been as flashy so far this game, his sword is just as powerful. So now that they're in control of the point, SG-1...
It's not golden or anything.
It's not golden, exactly. That's the main difference that I've noticed. But Hymzi's still, yeah, very capable Genji player. Knows where to throw those shurikens, knows when to pop his sword as well. But so far, it has been a little bit of the Shadowburn show. But if no one's on Hymzi, he's gonna get some kills. There's a deflect into the Graviton Surge, dashes, reset, another Graviton Surge picks up everybody on the side of SG-1, but they are easily gonna come out on top. Mafu getting 3 of those killing blows. Good stuff there from the Winston, and they're going to retain control 40% against 16 now.
It's the anti-caster's curse, because as soon as we said, yeah, Hymzi's going to be dangerous, there's 4 kills. Oh, yeah, sure. That. More of that.
All right. Winston bubble dropped as we engage once again. Shadowburn's got the deflect, but that's not going to work against the Winston Tesla cannon. There's a beat drop on both sides. Transcendence here from Weunited. Just keeping everybody in full health while Mafu goes crazy with the Winston ult. Mafu is ultimately going to go down, but he knocks TwoEasy off the ledge, gets the full kill there, and it's still 67% for SG-1. As long as this fighting is happening away from the point, they're happy to do so. Fragi does finally fall, so Weunited should be able to reclaim. We'll see. No one really in range to try to contest, so they will flip successfully. 76% for SG-1, now 20 for Weunited.
Interesting point, and it's something that I think is common knowledge. We just don't see it very often. Mafu had his ultimate popped, and therefore his ultimate was at 0% when he died. He spawned with give or take 15 or 16% ultimate. Why? Because he pushed TwoEasy off the edge. Respawn, get the credit for the damage you've done. TwoEasy has died. You don't have to respawn with 0.
Indeed. And TwoEasy's popping that ultimate. He gets a kill on Seita and Mafu. Kyynel goes...
sick reaction from TwoEasy there. I swear he was dead.
He stayed alive long enough to get some more kills, and now the point is back on Weunited's side, 50%. Genji tried to do something there, but got chased down. Forsaken has swapped off of Diva onto Winston, so they really like that strat from SG-1.
This is this is actually a really impressive showcase of individual skill all round. What I'm going to do now is take a look a little bit at Zenyatta. I feel like Zenyatta hasn't been getting quite as much love this game. Kyynel has got ultimates available. Clock as well, continuing to be powerful. Spots the Genji ult, goes, yeah, that's fine. I've got Transcendence. What on earth are you going to do about it? And Kyynel and Hymzi completely clean up. Beautiful timing.
Yep, great kills there for SG-1. Will they be able to clean up Veineless and Forsaken on that Winston using his Primal Rage there? There is Veineless going down. Forsaken follows suit, and we will have another flip. This is something like the fourth or fifth flip that we've seen on this point. Still the first point in Nepal out of a best of 5 rounds here.
87 versus 87. This is pretty much as close as it gets, Joshy, and this mirrors what we saw on Lijiang Tower. There's very, very little to separate these teams, and the individual skill here, yes, okay, a little bit of the Genji show, but everyone here is just so skilled.
Yeah, the Deadeyes have really been coming into play. The Graviton Surges have been so good. Transcendence saving their lives every once in a while. Every piece is so important. There's the sound barrier here for Weunited. Can they hang on? There's someone just fell to their death. It looks like it was Zappis getting booped off by Veineless. So good pickup there for Weunited. 99% for SG-1. Can they clean up? Hymzi's kind of the last person sitting against Veineless, but no, Shadowburn shows up. TwoEasy launches the Deadeye and gets the kill on the Zen across the way. So they will be able to flip it, it seems. Seita trying to get in here, but not going to try to contest. They're going to get one more push.
We're getting 99-99, basically. And I have to say, What's a great counter to Graviton Surge when you have a Genji on the opposing team? Simple. We have Winston and an ultimate, so that every time someone gets close, you bat them away. That's something I don't see very often.
Alright, ult's coming out now in force. Shadowburn has his sword. It sounds like Hymzi does as well, both slicing away. Graviton Surge catches most of Weunited. Unfortunately for them, it's 99% apiece, but they get the kills anyway. Forsaken managed to pop out of there. He was no longer on the D.Va or the Winston. He swapped a Tracer for that last engage, and it worked out.
Very nice. So we're on Nepal, ladies and gentlemen. Weunited 1, SG-1 0. And don't forget, of course, this is a best of 5 King of the Hill map.
Yep. In this best of 7 series, Weunited still leads 2-1. Now with an early lead here on Nepal. They have had an affinity for King of the Hill matches so far today. They took one off of Pretz and one off of SG-1 already. So Weunited definitely understands this composition that they keep marching out here with. Even though they did switch it up a little bit. Forsaken went from that D.Va onto the Winston and then eventually onto the Tracer. You got to have the ability to swap when it calls for it. And it looks like the fact that it's a mirror composition makes sense that we're seeing Winston on both sides now, just to try and deal with those Genjis and deal with Zenyatta as quickly as possible.
All right, well, we're on to the Shrine. This is a particularly interesting point. I think whoever gets the point first here actually does have an advantage, because yes, there are flanks, but you can see the enemy coming from so far away. You can just prep more, and you're defending from the high ground. It just makes it a little more tricky. And as a result, long before the point unlocks, Joshy, this is straight up an all-out brawl.
Yep, Weunited and SG-1 clashed on the ledge side. The elephant statue there was just a bloody battleground. It looks like Weunited came out. They actually had 3 kills immediately. So very, very easy to get the point in their favor. Now we're going to need SG-1 to regroup. They're going to actually attack from the high ground this time rather than the ledge side. Actually, only Zarya up here. Everyone else is going to go from the low ground, so a bit of a feint. Nice little strategic play there. Zarya, of course, will just hop down and join them.
Super sneaky. I'm watching Kyynel from behind, but he actually gets taken out by TwoEasy, who has been focusing on the supports, I have to say, doing a very, very good job on McCree. He goes down too, though, and Shadowburn has got his ult up. Hymzi has an ult as well, but he's dead. Is Shadowburn going to need to use it? It doesn't look like it at this point.
Yeah, Weunited cleans up. Nice laser crossfire, actually, is with Zarya and Winston on both sides of the same target. Nowhere to run, essentially. Zarya just presses in like a bulldozer or something like that. Winston leaps to the other side and forces him against it. So
that
really
does
nice.
Not sound like a pleasant image.
It's yeah, between a rock and a hard place, sort of, is the Zarya and Winston flank. But
I would much, much rather be between a rock and a hard place. Alright, Shadowburn actually getting singled out by Mafu and almost dying there, I have to say, but Primal Rage now trying to pop everyone else away. So many ultimates available still for Weunited. Everything getting popped, though, for SG-1, and they haven't made the point flip.
Yeah, Weunited just hanging on super well every single time. It's not even a case of getting like an early pick or something like that. They're just maintaining their defensive stature there, their posture on the point, and not allowing the crashing waves to take them away again, as made that analogy earlier. But we're going up from the high ground.
It almost sounds romantic.
Almost romantic. Here's the beat drop. Sword is out for Hymzi. He's looking for some soft targets, but there's a beat drop on the other side as well. TwoEasy getting chased down. Don't expect him to last much longer, but he does get the kill on Genji, and the Zarya bubble saves his life from Winston. So Weunited making use of those defensive cooldowns, keeping their very, very valuable DPS alive. Transcendence comes out for Kyynel. There is a Graviton Surge catching 5 members of Weunited, but no one is there to do any damage. The damage dealers died so much earlier in the fight. It's not going to work out, and there's still no res on either side. No mercy changes the way these games play out so vastly.
Yeah, this is like the supporting characters here have to trickle in. There's no such thing as the res. Shadowburn and Hymzi, for once, I think it's fair to say that was a team fight where neither player particularly shone. Everybody else was focused on kill Genji first, everyone else can be worried about later. And as a result, everyone else started shining. Shadowburn trying to make himself felt in the game once again now.
He's got the sword out. Yeah, he does actually get the kill on Zenyatta. The reset allows him to get the kill on Zarya as well. Shadowburn going nuts now, gets a kill on Genji and Mafu. That's 4 out of the 6, and a full team wipe for Weunited to secure that round, 100% to 12. Weunited very, very confident here on Nepal, looking good with that starting out mirror. Last time they had to do a couple of swapperoonies. This time they had control basically the whole time. That one little flip was not enough to deter them. One round of ults got it back for them, and now we're looking at potentially a 3-0 shutout.
I mean, I know I said that, you know, they had a little bit of a quiet team fight. What I didn't mean was you have to prove yourself by killing 5 people right here and now. So, you know, reactions are reactions. I guess he's done a pretty good job there. And once again, we are going to the next point on a King of the Hill map. 2-0 though. Last time we were in this position, we went all the way to point number 5. Can SG-1 bring it back?
I will point out once more, just because that link is in the chat right now for Matcherino, go there, submit your $1 free with the coupon code KOTW14. That is part of Matcherino's sponsorship. They're allowing you guys to get familiar with the site and contribute to this prize pool. It's already $300, winner take all for whoever wins this best of 7 series, but it could be much more. Shadowburn wants to get as many dollars as he can, as he is just Genjing all over the place already, taking out Zenyatta and Zarya and McCree. So Shadowburn doesn't want anyone else on his team to get killing blows. He wants all of them to himself. It doesn't matter. I think I would not argue if Shadowburn was on my team and wanted all the KBs, he can have them if we're going to win like this.
Guys, we don't ask much. Just every time you see Genji peel someone, donate $1. That's all we're saying. Alright, so a reflect coming out from Shadowburn. Oh, using that to instantly take out Mafu. That, he was definitely not expecting that. And Diva, of all heroes, goes down. That is the tank long before the team fight takes place. Looking for Lucio, spots Lucio. Is going to have to give way for now, though. Oh, picks him up again.
Veineless staying alive pretty well here against Hymzi. Finally does get surrounded, though, with that Zenyatta support. So Shadowburn off on his own now, totally surrounded by 5 players. Deflect not going to save him from the Zarya underneath, but the point is now about to be flipped for SG-1. 33% here for Weunited and TwoEasy's team. So they're going to press in once more. It looks like the high ground will be their choice this time around.
And I'm looking at Zappis now, who just has Deadeye available, popping it instantly and running down to the low ground in the hopes of moving out of sight for some of these people. Not able to kill anyone with the ultimate, but manages to kill 3 people just with the left click. Fantastic! That's up to 4 kills now. Really, really good aiming there from our McCree player.
The time to kill in that engagement was like so fast. I think if I were to do play-by-play, I would only be able to catch like 1/10 of what happened.
He didn't even cancel the ultimate. He just tried it, whiffed it, and went, yeah, I'm killing 4 anyway.
Yeah, easy. So Forsaken leaping in there with the Winston bubble immediately allows the rest of the team to get in a position. Shadowburn trying to find some targets, always has that Discord orb on him until they're ready to turn onto the Winston. TwoEasy trying to get the Deadeye, actually catches Discord and a lot of damage before he can actually make use of it. Shadowburn, last man standing again, as that Genji cannot last for much longer.
You say that, and you're right.
He wants to die at that point, and he still can't.
Well, if he wants to die and still can't and takes 2 people with him, I mean, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Fair enough.
Doesn't quite happen that time around, though, and this is going to allow Weunited to pop back in. So they will wait for Genji to join them, of course. Zombs just chucking an orb from the particle cannon up to top just to keep SG-1 guessing, but they are going in from the low ground, and actually the point itself currently a little bit uncontested.
Fire at will, Graviton Surge catches a couple of members of SG-1. Is there the damage? Shadowburn on the other side of the map just cleaning up, though. Zappis and Hymzi both out of the Graviton Surge, but both the first to die. Kyynel goes down now as well, and Weunited will flip this point. Once again, 79% for SG-1, so if they manage to retake it, it could be a round victory for them, but this is going to be a tall order. They only have 1 ult available with Fragi's Graviton Surge.
Yeah,
no Transcendence now.
I mean, it is 1 ult available versus, 0 ults available.
True.
But at the end of the day, the position is being held by Weunited. We can see SG-1 going in from the bottom. They just want to hold the point and try and defend from there, which I quite like. Zappis, though, getting surrounded very, very quickly. Oh, and Zenyatta has been spotted. Kyynel has to try and dodge this, and Shadowburn will successfully move away. He might be hunting for Lucio instead.
That's kind of interesting. Weunited got the first couple of kills, but then everything else went SG-1's way. They were I guess they managed to just stay together on that point well enough and stand in the defensive matrix of D.Va. This is the first time we've seen Mafu, I think. Well, maybe not the first time, but in these King of the Hill maps, switching off of Winston onto D.Va. So this time the tables are turned a little bit. Forsaken started out as the D.Va, now he's the Winston, Mafu vice versa. But here we go. We've got the D.Va ult immediately popping out. It was in the Winston bubble, so does destroy it. We've got swords out on both sides now. I can see Hymzi going nuts there in the corner, trying to take out Zombs as quick as he can. does get the kill there. Veineless somehow survives for 2 seconds. Can he last much longer? Shadowburn there with him, trying to just contest as long as possible as overtime is going to start to tick down. Shadowburn and Veineless both go down, and there will be 1 round in the way of SG-1, keeping the map alive here for them.
SG-1, just when we thought they might actually be losing and going 3-1 down in this best of 7, they're pulling it back here, but they still have the rest of the mountain to climb. So currently 2-1 down in this best of 5. They have to win the next 2 King of the Hill points in a row to tie the map scores up 2-2.
And this is a point that Weunited looked very dominant on. This is the one where they went 100-14, something like that. So will they try to switch it up? I'm looking at the tank lines for both sides right now. Mafu's going to start on the D.Va, Forsaken start on the Winston. I think the Winston is the right way to go, actually. Just from the way these games have been playing out, he seems to be a little bit more omnidirectional, where, you know, this is actually a problem Reinhardt has on these King of the Hill maps. He gets spun around a lot, and D.Va's defensive matrix really only goes one way, while Winston's bubble, while weaker overall, 600 health, is omnidirectional, so can come into play quite well for the graviton surges and things like that, D.Va explosions and whatnot. But Winston gets smoked. Forsaken is gone. TwoEasy is gone immediately to Hymzi on the Reaper this time around. That was the switch I did not notice. No Genji for Hymzi. This time it is Reaper, and it is paying off in spades.
That's exactly right, and I'm pretty sure that Weunited were just caught by surprise as well, because on the point, Hymzi, surprise, managed to get a massive contribution to Winston's kill, and then 2 or 3 more team members went down straight away before Weunited went, hang on a second, we might actually have to react to this, and now they're actually resetting. Any hero changes? Doesn't look like it.
Forsaken did. Seeing that there was no Genji, he swapped from the Winston now to D.Va.
Oh yes, there we go.
So the Reaper forces the switch, as you'd expect, and now Shadowburn still on that Genji, still against the D.Va, not a Winston, so he's going to have some room to flex. His sword is out already, trying to find some kills, does get the kill on Zenyatta. There's Hymzi trying to launch the Death Blossom, gets a kill on Zombs, but Shadowburn finishes him off.
There's something very amusing about hearing die, dies.
Yep, die.
Just like heroes never die. We haven't had much of that today, unfortunately.
They do never blargle. 4% now for Weunited, flipping the point to their favor, 34% for SG-1. They had a nice start with the Reaper surprise, but all it took was a character switcheroonie, and it looks like everything is fine on the side of Weunited. No switches from SG-1 to try and reclaim it. Here's a sound barrier for the blue team, giving everybody that extra health. Clock trying to stay alive as long as he can, but he falls to the Reaper. Graviton Surge catches several members of SG-1, but it's unfortunately just the tanks. D.Va Explosion going off. Will it catch anybody? Not today. Shadowburn still getting his kills as Genji, as you'd expect, just going for that McCree so often, and it's working out enough to get him another sword. Hymzi goes down. Shadowburn still finding targets. Seita's down. Fragi now taking some swords to the face. One more slice should do it, but D.Va gets there to scoop the kill, steal the pentakill, as it were. And they'll stay on the point.
It's just ridiculous. All I have to do is hear the sword and go, right, it's Carpaccio time, and we see Shadowburn. He's just been a joy to watch all evening. I know I've said it before, but again, what a beauty.
Yeah, someone in the chat saying McCree's Deadeye is now a liability. It's not the murder weapon. It's actually the way to kill the McCree. Wait for him to Deadeye and kill him.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong. You need those engagements. It can be really hard on King of the Hill specifically. I think that's really the only issue here. D.Va Explosion doesn't catch anybody. Good reaction time from everyone. Graviton Surge does catch TwoEasy, and Shadowburn. They're both going to fall, and SG-1 looking to flip that point as Weunited approaches about 85%. One more flip could do it here for Weunited. They have only one ult to work with, so could be another bloodbath. SG-1 might hang on here for a while. They're all on fire, or at least 5 of them were a second ago.
I do like that Fragi basically had enough of that, and he just went, yeah, you know what? You're not so hot on Genji when you can't actually move anywhere. That triple kill in the Graviton Surge really drove that point home, so they're going to be comfortably looking out. Here is a massively quick engage there. TwoEasy with the Deadeye looking on the bottom, gets Fragi with a single shot. There's the Death Blossom, and that is going to be met with a stun very quickly indeed. So Hymzi is going to have to be forced out of the fight. He is still alive, but very much in the periphery.
Looks like Weunited getting a couple of kills for the first time. They do manage to flip the point, 85%. If they can hang on, actually they should be able to hang on. Someone up here, either Fragi or the McCree Zappis, is going to have to touch the point. I don't know if Zappis is going to reach it in time, as that McCree is a little too slow.
Oh, he spotted it. Oh, and with the left... Okay, yeah, with the combination of the roll and sound barrier, they will be able to touch that. So we are going to be going into overtime. Seita, Kyynel, and Fragi all, however, turning into sushi. As is Mafu and Zappis. Are we actually going to get a team kill from Shadowburn? We're waiting for Reaper. Can he get the team kill? He gets it. Oh no, Zombs with the final kill. Pardon me.
The double kill is basically it's like you're game.
Well, that was so exciting that it's actually turned Josh into an incomprehensible robot.
What are you talking about? I'm not an incomprehensible robot. You're an incomprehensible robot.
There is a chance we might have to restart the call after this, but let's take a look at holding down left click. I mean, as far as that goes, that is a pretty powerful play of the game, actually. The dream, says Clock. I don't disagree.